start with welcoming everyone, and especially our district governor Mazen. We have him here on board. Our guests, members of all our 4 Rotary clubs, Rotaracts joining us, and all the valuable guests that we have. We're going to go, of course, our special guest today, this speaker, Mr. Abdulwahed AlJanahi from Benefit Pay. Thank you for accepting our invitation today. As you all know, last week we got the sad news of the horrific explosion and damage that it left behind in Beirut. Among the casualties, unfortunately, was our fellow Rotarian President Antoine Barmeki of the Rotary Club of Hamana in Lebanon, who was killed in the explosion. All our hearts go to his family. And immediately, and under the instructions of our district governor Mazen, all Rotary clubs of Bahrain joined in and supported the disaster recovery through the Rotary Association Lebanon account. Our hearts and prayers are with them. One more last thing, as per request of our treasurer Ranuka, I would like to remind members for our membership fees, which you can pay through Benefit Pay now. So no excuses for delays. I will give it over. Yeah, I will give it over to my Sergeant at Arms, Lulu. Please go ahead.
Yes, hi everyone. Nice to see you all. And I'd like to express the same feeling about our families all in Lebanon and Syria and everywhere else that are really suffering through this time. And I appreciate DG Mazen's approval and everyone putting together this fund for our homelands. Without further ado, I'd like to announce the makeups that were made by the Youth Committee Marwa Rahimi on the 25th of July. Rotaract Club meeting on the 25th of July by Marwa Rahimi as well and Ghada Ahsan. Rotary Club of Salmania on the 29th of July by DJ Mazen Al Amran, President Marjan, Sri Kumar Nair, PP Khalid Mukhtar, Nasir Al Arayid, PP Bob Thacker, Kishore Renuka, and Shafqat Memon. Also at the Rotary Club of Salmania on the 5th of August, the attendance of Sri Kumar, PP Farid Badr, Shafqat Memon, and PDG Imad Al Muayyad. Also on a happy note, happy birthday to Maria Sofia on the 14th.
Lulu, your voice vanished. Okay. Anyway, we can continue. So without, there you are. You're back.
Happy anniversary, PP. I'm back.
Okay. 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 Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I think I'll.
Whoever's birthday it is, I think Maria Sofia. She mentioned.
Maria Sofia, and it was the anniversary. It's the anniversary of Bob Thacker on 17th of August. So we don't want him to forget and say that, oh, I forgot, and I'm not getting her anything.
With us, so if Bob
so that's a good reminder to him. Yeah, no excuses. Without further ado, I would like to introduce our speaker, Abdulwahed AlJanahi. He is not only a benefit CEO to me, he's a very long, many years ago, friend, very humble, very nice guy, and I'm really happy that he is here with us today. And I will give it over to you, Abdulwahed. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Marjan, on this nice introduction. And I want to thank all of you. You know, I know that all of you, your time is very precious, so I'll try to make it as precise as possible. To start with, of course, that we are all sad and we feel sorry, and our thoughts for our dear brothers and sisters in Lebanon, and inshallah, we wish them a speedy recovery in whatever they're going through. Again, it's good that I can see a number of people that I know, which is really interesting. And let me start giving you a little bit brief about benefit. Okay, the good thing now we see the benefit pay, it's really dominating, and that's why you mentioned that CEO of benefit pay. Benefit pay, it's only one service, one channel that we are have introduced to the market, but it seems it is dominating that because it's touching, the individual. But let me go back, give you the journey of the benefit company. The benefit company, just in case some people they are not fully aware, what is it? What is the structure of this company? This company, in fact, when it started, the whole purpose of this to add value to the banks and non-banks. That was the main purpose, with making a little bit of a reasonable profit as much as we can. Although some people, they look at us as if we are non-profitable organization, but we are, but with a very reasonable return. We are licensed by the central bank, and we work very closely with them. And our owners are mainly the commercial banks in Bahrain. In terms of the added value services, I'm sure many of you know that we are in charge of the ATM switch, where the people they can go and draw money regardless the ATM of their banks or their non-banks, and this is something also to make it easier for the people. This is where the company started. After that, we introduced the business credit or the Bahraini Credit Reference Bureau. You heard about this liquid bureau. Many people at the beginning, they were complaining that you made our life a little bit miserable, because especially when they want to apply for a loan, then there was some sort of I would say restrictions, but it was not a restriction as much as to control the credit in the market. In fact, when we have introduced the Bahrain Credit Reference Bureau, initially there were a lot of errors among the individual accounts, and we had almost, when we uploaded the data from all the banks, almost 40 to 50%, the data of the individuals, it's been not closed. Although that, for example, you take a loan and you pay your loan, okay, and you get the letter that you have done your loan and closed, but it remained in the database. The account is still open. So that's why it created a lot of problems, but it took us 3 years until we cleaned, or we did a data cleansing. Now today, I mentioned 40% today, the threshold is less than 1%. So whenever the banks, they want to make a decision on any credit facilities, they are basing their decisions on facts and figures, on a much correct data. Another service that we also another service that I want to share with you. It's a Bahrain check truncation system, whereby that before anybody wants to write a check and they go and deposit that check to the bank, it takes 2 to 3 days. Now with the Bahrain check truncation, it's the same day. The moment you take it to the bank and you deposit that check, so the balance or the account should be in your account within, I would say, around 3 o'clock or 3:30. So again, as you see that we are providing more, we're trying whatever we produce, it's adding value to the individuals and to the organizations. Another major service that we also introduced, which is the electronic fund transfer system, which include as infrastructure Fawri Plus, Fawri, and Fawatir. And this is where I'm going to later on focus on with the benefit pay. Again, the idea is to make the life easy on the people and for the electronic payment, for the money transfer. For even if you want to deposit the money, or if you want to transfer, but still all these things we have done. Still we are doing it on the local level. Another service we introduced is all the service I'm talking, they are more like a major, a national service, the AKYC, or the electronic know your customer. That also, again, to speed up the service whenever you apply for a loan, you don't have to bring all your papers, you don't have to bring all your documents. The information will be uploaded automatically from the e-government to the bank. And this is service that we introduced almost a year and a half ago in collaboration between Benefit, the central bank, and the electronic, or the IGA, the Information Government Authority. And that one of the a good success story where the private sector and the public sector, where they work together. So all these services that we introduce, it's all considered like a national e-services that supposed to add value to the individuals and to the organizations. Now, going back for the benefit pay, and in fact, that was in our strategy. We have a 3-year strategy where we act like, or helping the Bahrain, I would say, direction and the going cashless. Okay, helping or empowering the digital services and digital transformation. And that was a 3 years strategy that even before the COVID-19. However, coming with the COVID-19, it speeded up all these services because the people started, they were more encouraged to go towards online. Now, in terms of the benefit pay, it was very simple. Okay, it was nothing that we have, by the way, and I don't say that it was so much intelligence, only that it needed very simple thinking. We had the infrastructure, we had the Fawri Plus and Fawatir, okay, and we took all these and we placed them on the mobile, and we call it as a benefit pay channel. Why is that? Because, we believe that many people, of all the people, they never, and they get rid of their mobiles. Their mobiles are with them all the time. So the mobiles became like a lifestyle. So everything will be in this mobile, paying their bills, paying their, transferring the money. Okay, so that's why, we believe that the benefit pay, it will be some sort of that's our focus, to make it a lifestyle for the people in Bahrain. And now we are thinking of it, obviously, to go beyond Bahrain, inshallah, I would say within a month or so. So when we introduce the benefit pay, so as we move on, we have also introduced, if you notice that besides Fawri Plus, Fawatir, lately in May, we introduced the Sadim card, for the petrol payment. And that also, we had a lot of, many people, they appraise the service because the way you do it, you're staying in your car, you don't have to get out of your car, and the moment you reach there, okay, you link the apps, automatically be linked to the pump that you're gonna, or the guy who's will put the petrol in your car, and immediately you receive the balance. Well, let's say for 20 years you approve or you decline, and then you just move on. So in align with the national agenda and cashless, and as per CBB direction, as we move on. So we focus a lot on the cash, using the cash sector to empower the digital payment and minimize the cash. And we emphasize on user experience journey to maximize, the acceptance and simplifying the process. Now, for example, for Sadim, we launched it in around May 2020, and until today, we have around 124,000 users. They are using the service, and it's good to share with you some statistics here. Now, those 124,000 users, we saw that more than 750,000 refuel transactions. So many people received that very, very positively. We added the charities in the charity organizations, and we can see that those charities are very active in terms of the collecting money. Obviously, any charity company will be added to the benefit pay, provided that they have a license from the Ministry of Social Affairs. I mean, we just cannot add any company unless it is authorized and approved. Lately also we introduced a balance. It's a very small thing. A balance, if you notice, if you are the benefit pay users, now before transferring the money, you can check your balance. It's a small thing, but it had a very positive impact, on the public of Bahrain. So, and we are in the process also adding the car parks, and we will add the remittance, hopefully, inshallah, as well as I said earlier, we're going to make this be useful even on the international arena. We also, hopefully, we are working on something called the e-check or e-instrument, eventually where there's no need for people to write the checks. Although there are some people that say the checks is phasing out. I understand it's phasing out in Europe, but in Bahrain, from our experience, it's more or less it is stagnant. We've been watching this for the last 7 years, and maybe a little bit getting lesser, but still people using those checks, especially the banks, they still have a lot of post-dated checks. But even all this, we are trying even to automate that process as well. And hopefully, even when we go for the e-check, we're going to go beyond the e-check. We're going to go for the digital signature. We're going to go for the digital documentation. So even the organization, eventually, they don't have the hassle of using the normal or let's say, the traditional exchanging the paper. They were going to use it all digital. So this is something that, on the nutshell, about certain services that we use in benefit pay. In terms of the transactions, I thought maybe I will share with you certain numbers. So I don't know whether I can share with you. I can share the screen, right? I'm not blocked here. Can I?
Yeah, please try to share. And,
yeah, I just say okay.
I'll give you privileges now.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna make you a co-host and try to
okay.
share it now.
Okay, so by the time I'm okay now, still I'm not getting.
Yeah, you have privileges to share.
Okay. All right. Yes. Okay, you see the.
Yes, we can see it. It's fantastic.
You can see it, everybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a few statistics that I'm sharing with you here. If you look at the first, the first item here, the stores and the merchant. By the way, you see we have reached around 4,088 now. This is an actual figures. Many merchants, many organizations, especially after COVID-19, they told us they want to use the benefit pay, as a mean of payment and as a mean of receiving the payments. And they prefer to avoid receiving the cash. In fact, when I say 4,000, by the way, in our target, it's not only supermarkets, it's not only department store, but I'm talking on a very untapped small merchant, the fishermen, okay, the small cold store, or the fishmongers, if I say it rightly. So even the small merchant who they sitting on the street, they sell fish, they're using this, the Instagrammers, the business owners. So these numbers keep increasing. Many people, they think that we made their life easier, and this is where they believe that benefit pay helped them a lot, even in reducing their cost. And I have one of the fishermen who called me the other day. I mean, I don't know him. He's from Budaya, that as he introduced himself, this is a life example. And he said that, I just want to thank you. I said, why? He said, you made my life easier. I said, how? Can you explain to me? Can you talk to me? How we made it easier? He said, normally, a person called me that I need like 5 kilos, safi fish and 5 kilos hamur. And then I had to take that fish to their home because they need to cook it freshly, right? For the lunch. So I go back, okay, to my place, and then in the afternoon I go back again, to collect my money, because you know, the person, he's in the office. So, and well, according to him, the wife, she doesn't give the money. So anyway, so he's saying that, you know, you save me the trip, like I go only one trip, and also you save me that I get my money before even delivering the merchandise. So this is just, I'm giving you a life, in a life example. If I go to the second one, if you look at the Fawry Plus, by the way, I don't know whether you know, it's Fawry Plus, it is, you know, the transactions up to 1,000 dinar, and it happens instantly. I mean, we have Fawry and Fawry Plus. Fawry, it happens twice a day, anything above 1,000 dinar. So for the Fawry Plus, it's, I mean, most of you, I'm sure you are using it. And we had, like, if you look from January to July, we had around 17, almost over 17 million transactions with the amount of 879 million dinar. And the average transactions for the Fawry Plus, it's not 1,000, it's not even 500. And the average transactions, you're talking about 60 to 65 dinars. So that's the 870 million, 879 million dinars. And this is, by the way, it takes, again, I'm just maybe repeating the thing, but I'm sure you all experience it takes like seconds. You know, it should not be more than like 7 to 8 seconds. Our mandate from the central bank, it should not exceed 30 seconds. If any transactions, by the way, on Fawry Plus exceed 30 seconds, then we are penalized. And it's all recorded. So we can see that in a lot of people in Bahrain, they are using this as, you know, Fawry Plus, and we receive a lot of positive comments on this. The same thing with the purchases, you know, with the QR, when you go to the shop, okay, and even you don't have to go to the shop. And many shops now, they have their own QR, you know, the black square. They just scan it and make a copy in their gallery in the phone, and they send you, okay, on the WhatsApp, and then you go, like, you scan to pay, you scan it and you pay while you're sitting at home. So this is, you're talking about 392,000, as you can see, with almost I would say 9 million dinar. The same thing with Fawatir. Fawatir is as we know, it's the electronic bill payment presentment. Again, Fawatir, by the way, because of after the COVID-19, many organizations like schools, okay, kindergartens, small shops, many people, even some government institutions, they approach us and they join this Fawatir, to pay their bills online. So this is something that also it is increasing. This is just to share with you, see the enrollment of merchant per quarter. I mean, if you look at quarter 2019, this is not accumulative, just by quarter, like 315, and quarter 2 2020, we had like around 818,000 just by that quarter. So that shows you, the jump, how the merchant and the individuals, perceiving the benefit pay. That's something that add value to their business and to their own, even to their own, I would say, personal accounts. This is to share with you Sadim, by the way, in terms of the Sadim, which is already available on benefit pay, by month. This is introduced just 3 months ago, and you can see the increase and the increment. In July, we had 288,000 refuel volume, which is, we can see it as we move on. And in terms of the value, you talk about 4.1 million dinar, in terms of, I'm just talking about this benefit pay, using benefit pay. So that's give you a little bit of, some indication how we are moving forward. And obviously we are working with other organizations. As I mentioned earlier, we need to add it to the parking and the remittance. And also we are in touch with the Bahrain Causeway, for the fees, and even for the insurance. So that's, I hope I give you a little bit of some sort of some information and some kind of indication of where we're going. Obviously, we are dealing with international scheme now. When I say international schemes, we're talking about Visa and MasterCard, and this is where hopefully looking forward, and we are going. Our next, we're going regional, we're going international, inshallah. So I will not take much of your time because maybe you have a question. So I just give you a little bit of brief, and this is a very brief about what we are doing. And the focus was on benefit pay, as Ms. Marjan asked me. So that's why, I focus a little bit more on this. So I'm ready to take any questions.
Marjan, you want to ask the questions? There's plenty on the chat.
Yeah, I can see them. You can go through them, please, Osama. The only thing is, being the president, can I have the privilege of having the first question?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, thanks.
I just want to go back now. I want to remove my
just unshare.
It's okay. I'll do it for you. Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. Well, thanks, Abdulwahed. That was really into detail, and it gave us a lot of perspective of other things that we had not really known what's going on behind the benefit pay. Now, I had two questions. One is, I saw also an icon for charity on benefit pay. Can you just tell us how that works, and how a charity organization can be added or something? I mean, give us a little bit more on that. And the other question was, now if I have an IBAN which is outside of Bahrain, can I pay through benefit pay or not? These two questions, please. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Marjan. Charity, طبعا, this is available. As we know, many people in Bahrain, they contribute, or even the organizations. We deal with the is it Ministry of Social Affairs, right? Was that
Social Affairs, yeah.
Social Affairs, yeah, and in coordination with the Ministry of Interior, because they have to be licensed and they have to be approved. Okay, and the moment they get this kind of approval and they're authorized, and then we add them on the list. I mean, you can see it; they're available if you look at the benefit pay. And then we provide you either with the normally with the QR code, where the people they can scan, okay, and they can contribute, the individual organizations, and some of them they have their own mobile number, which is, I don't think that's not preferable approach, because the mobile normally goes to the individuals. So it's better to use the QR code. You scan it. It's very simple, by the way. You scan to pay and you do it. And any charity organization can come and apply. So as I said, we have around 37 right now. In terms of the IBAN, it's only related to Bahrain now. Okay. So do you questions? I mean, if you are abroad, you want to transfer, or you mean if you IBAN outside? You mean?
No, actually, because of what's going on in Lebanon right now, we got IBANs that we can transfer money to for support, and it's an American dollar account, and it's official by the government. So that's really what I was.
Unfortunately, currently, this is only for Bahrain. However, only for Bahrain account that registered in Bahrain. So we don't have any international IBAN number. However, if you are abroad and if you do the transfer, you can do that. And again, we had example. I had a couple as well who were locked in one of those countries when the COVID-19 started. Okay. And she also, the mother, she sent us a message thanking us that, you really made my life easy. Why? Because I can transfer from my account and my husband's account to my children's accounts. So even if you are there outside Bahrain, you can do the transactions. So that's right. But in terms of international Marjan, still we don't have this facilities, but hopefully, inshallah, as I said, now our next move is to go regional and to go international, inshallah.
Thank you very much. Osama, you can take over now, please. Thank you.
The first question that we have is how do you compare to Facebook in terms of platform? Because apparently Facebook is starting their own online payment system.
Yeah. For us, in terms of the Facebook, Osama, احنا طبعا it's an account based. Okay, يعني احنا for us it is not it's not like a PayPal or it's not like any other wallet where it's mainly based on it's a prepaid, or you put an account, you open an account and you put some sort of money on that account and it'll be there and you can use it. Now this is the difference. It's something that you're doing a transfer on, let's say, from a bank to a bank, as if you are doing it just like a normal person. So it is more of account based rather than it's prepaid. But the other, obviously, I mean, for us, it's not as big as Facebook or as Apple Pay, but inshallah, our aim is, I would say, it's beyond the sky limit, and hopefully this is, our ambition is much more than what you are doing right now.
Excellent. Okay, the second question we have is, can a joint account holder have benefit pay using the same account number for two people? And please, Bob, if this question is, if I asked it incorrectly, please open your mic and ask. Go ahead to answer. So a person has a joint account. Can I use two people to use that same account through benefit pay?
So you're saying, well, that become like more of a I would say like a merchant now. So you're saying two people.
Yani, let's say me and my wife have a joint account. Can I open a benefit pay, and can she open a benefit pay?
You can, yes. But what happened is that it will be on which mobile, let's say.
So it has to be linked to only one mobile.
It has to be linked to a mobile, yes. So this is what I'm saying, and if it is normally it is on one-to-one, but you can, let's say, if you have a joint account, then it depends, on which mobile that you are using.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. May I interrupt? Thank you, sir, for a very informative session. It's bad enough that I have a joint account with my wife. Now I have to share my phone with her. Not very good. Thank you.
Sorry?
I'm saying it's bad enough that I have to share my joint account. Now I must share my phone with her. I think I'll be in big trouble if that happens.
She's your wife. I mean, she deserves it.
Thank you very much for this information. Appreciate that.
It's about time you open her a separate bank account.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next question is, would the system also use the transaction between government entities and private companies? So Yani, can you use I think what they mean is, can a government entity pay a private company through benefit pay?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have, they use it through فواتير. يعني انت الفواتير, you have it as, that's for all the bill payments. In fact, they use it even for the salary transfer. Like if you look at Fawri, there's a huge transactions. So yes, we have both the private and the public. But yes, the government, they are already on board with us.
Yeah.
And they pay to pay the bills.
Excellent.
You can check. Sorry, you can check in فواتير. That will give you, a more elaboration on this. Yeah. Sorry.
Excellent. By the way, I'm one of the most. I think I pay everything on benefit pay. And
okay.
Unfortunately, now you made what do you call it? Rotary benefit pay. So now I have to pay them, unfortunately. So. Yeah, and they just joined. Now I can't complain and say, "Oh, you're not on benefit pay." So
You are part of our.
I'm part of your network. Yeah.
Okay. So no excuse, yani.
Yeah, exactly. Marwa Rahimi asks, digitalization, what area other than benefit pay does the company pay to, does the plan to pursue?
You mean what's our next
Yeah.
our next projects, you mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. احنا طبعا as the benefit pay, we are continuing as we move on. We keep adding services on benefit pay. That's we want to keep. We want to make it, as I mentioned, in terms of the title, as a lifestyle. And eventually, we need to make everything available. Even, by the way, to print the credit reference bureau. Now, I'm sure a number of you, they went through this where they asked, or they've been asked to print their credit reference bureau. They used to come, either they go to the banks or they come to benefit, to get their print credit, the credit report.
Yes, yeah.
Now this one already we managed to work with the e-government. So the people, they don't have now to visit the banks and they don't have to visit benefit. They can go straight to the Bahrain.gov and they can use their e-key and print their credit report. So easily you print it and you present it to the organization, whoever they ask you to, to provide them with. Many now, as you know, the board members or the board of directors now, there is a requirement that whenever you are being selected, you need to introduce or to bring your credit report to the central bank. So this is what I was referring to. So now you can easily go to the Bahrain.gov and print your report and you send it to them. Now the credit report also, we are intending to bring it again on benefit pay. Okay, so whatever service available, so what's becoming now benefit pay is becoming like a platform. So we keep adding services on this. Now, other services that we are working on, I mentioned about the e-check, okay, and the digital signature. That will be an PKI infrastructure. That also a major service that we're going to introduce, inshallah, by hopefully first quarter or end of first quarter 21, or by beginning of second quarter 21. So this is a major service that it also will have a big impact on individuals and organization. I mentioned about the digital signature, exchanging their documents on a digital format. So this is something that, inshallah, you will see it available soon. Okay, another service that we are working also with LMRA, WPS, the Wage Protection System. I'm sure we heard about that the LMRA, they want, all the labor and including the housemates, eventually that, you should have, and if you have you have a worker, then, you should open an account for them. Okay, so we'll be in the middle that do the clearance. Okay, so that's called the WPS. So that's basically, one of the, again, service that we're working on. Another service that we were supposed to, in fact, introduce 2 months ago or 3 months ago, but because of COVID-19, we have postponed. We call it SME 360, for small to medium businesses, where now, we attended this with the Chamber of Commerce and Ministry of Commerce, that many SMEs, they find difficulty in getting credit facilities. Why? Because the banks, they say, we don't have enough information and we cannot rely on the information that, the SMEs, they give us. We need more solid data. And this is something that we postponed till end of the year. And hopefully by the time that this implemented, I think it will help a lot. It will help the SMEs, to easy up getting the credit facilities, and it will help the banks to make a better decision which is going to be based on facts and figures. And this is what also I think Tamkeen is looking forward, for it. So that's mainly for the time being, for the next, I would say, a year and a half in terms of our strategy. So now we are almost a year and a half, because it is a 3-year strategy. So we have 1 year and a half, and then inshallah, by next year, we're going to review our strategy and we see what kind of other services that should be introduced.
Excellent. Walid Al-Rayes asks, do you have any plans to make loyalty program by earning points on benefit users?
Walid, شلونك Walid?
Walid, if you're on, please, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah. Well, okay. Okay. And you see, we introduced Gulfair, by the way, mileage on benefit pay. But unfortunately, again, it was okay as a start, but we didn't do a proper follow-up for that kind of a service. But for the time being, we can, as a separate service, yes, we have a subsidiary called Synod. We are working very closely. We own that subsidiary, you know, as a third-party processor. And, you know, they have, by the way, if you're looking for a separate loyalty program, you know, they have a certain card management solution where can provide this for the certain organizations.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Yeah, Osama, I think Shafkat has a question. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
If you don't mind, if you can ask your question in person.
Sure. Salam Abdulwahid, I think it was a very good presentation. And I, in my previous job, have been a big user for my bank for your services. My question is, this is probably a product idea for you, if you can implement this. See, in Bahrain, dividends are generally paid in cash. Now, very few companies are making payments through, you know, direct transfers. Yeah. I think it's a huge opportunity for benefit to actually start, you know, get the database and start distributing dividends, okay? Yeah. And it will be very easy. Save us, you know, going to whichever company is a distributor of dividends, collect the check. Here, the money comes directly in the account. So I don't know if you have thought about it as a product. Second thing is, you know, the question that Marjan had asked earlier, which was about charities. I tried to look at the list of charities for which I can pay directly. I could not find it. So if it is, you know, I don't know if now or later somebody can just guide us which charities we can pay directly to. Thank you very much, Abdulwahid.
Thank you, Shafkat. So just I'll go first to the second one. You mean you have a certain organizations that you want to pay?
Certain like, you know, a registered charity in Bahrain, okay?
Your charity, your...
Not my charity, already registered charity in Bahrain. So for example, I want to make payment to Al-Islah Society, just as an example. So can I make a payment to them? Or, you know, Muslim Education Society, like that?
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking, but I could not find. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, you see what here, I'm not sure, Al-Islah, I don't think they are with us.
Okay.
Because I'm not sure, but I think, although they deal a lot with us, by the way, you know, for certain, I think, certain events. You see, I mean, in order for you to pay or to contribute, then that has to be listed among the list on the charity list. If they are not there, then you know you
cannot could not find the charity list.
I think
you cannot find the charity list.
I think the answer is the charity has to register themselves with benefit pay. If I'm not.
Yeah, I think he's saying he cannot find the list, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just let me go and myself now I have to just a minute.
Then maybe in the meantime, Vanud, you want to ask your question?
Yeah. But we have another question. Let me answer his another question. I'll find out for you what you get, Shafkat.
Abdulwahid, hi. This is Vinod. Hi.
Yeah, but Vinod, if you allow me, because he asked me about the first question about dividends, I'll come back to you. Shafkat, in terms of dividends, we in fact talked to Bahrain bourse like a year ago, and we discussed this matter with them that, you know, they can use certain services that we have, like, you know, the direct debit or like Fawatir, that we can help a lot in that sense, but it didn't fly so far. But certainly I'm going to take it, you know, again, because I know that they have a lot of cash is laying down, and I think there was an article in the newspaper a few months back that there are, I don't know, a big amount of money, still people, they are not, you know, claim their money.
Exactly.
But we did this. And we tried it with the Bahrain boss that to help, but still, I think it's we didn't reach to any agreement about this. But inshallah, we revive it again. Inshallah. Sorry, Binod.
Yeah. Abdulwahed, as you know, we work with you on all these projects that you mentioned, from a technology collaboration perspective.
So you should not ask, you know everything.
Sure.
You are here at our office every day.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask about one thing. There is so much of fintech, environment being incubated, etc. Although I know that Benefit does have some kind of operational base in the fintech hub. I just wanted to know, and maybe for the information of all the Rotarians, as to what is the kind of new financial models that you're evolving before the current models become conventional and the new models take over. So is there something futuristic that you're doing from a fintech perspective? Is something which I wanted to know, and for the benefit of all Rotarians, maybe.
Yeah. In fact, as you're aware of, we have our fintech lab, in Bahrain. In the ADB building there, and this is where we use a lot of innovative services, a lot of ideas. Now, for example, one of the ideas that we're working with Bahrain University, where the people or the student, they can go to the bookstore, okay, and they select their bookstore, and the moment they walk out, and immediately the moment they walk out from the door, okay, it's just like Amazon, as not something that you are, by the way, we're creating. It's already available in the state, and I think even in Europe. So it is, we test a number of services here, but sometimes, there are a number of factors that you cannot move as fast as you wish. There are external factors, it's stopped us. The same thing with the open banking. The open banking, for example, we were very, very much ready for the open banking, and it was a very national progression for us. But again, for a certain reason, we couldn't. Although the banks, they did ask us, to provide them with this kind of a service, and we were ready, and we can do it. But there's also other factors that it put us, on hold. But yes, we are. In fact, we have to. We are in the era of speed. So if you don't be quick and your pace is slow, then it's finished. And I always say, that if you are not fast, then you will fall behind. There's a saying that the big fish will eat the small fish. Now this is, to me, doesn't work. I always say to my guys that the fast will eat the slow, so regardless of the size. So you are in a business that you have to run. You have to. Because the moment you sit in the room and you think about an idea, so I tell my good people that we are here sitting like 10 people thinking of an idea. I'm sure there are 100 outside that are thinking about the same idea and maybe more ideas. No, the catch is the speed, okay, implementation. So that's the catch. But we are in that direction,
Thank you, Abdulwahed.
Thank you.
Next question is from Qada, which is, what is the maximum that you are allowed to transfer through Fawatir? No, sorry, through Fawri.
Fawri, yeah. Fawri, yeah, thank you. It's a good question. Fawri, this if through the benefit pay, you mean, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, through benefit pay, you have up to 150,000. Okay. Yeah. Now, through the other channels, it's open. Through the internet or through the website of the bank. Anything beyond 1,000, then you go Fawri. Because the difference between Fawri Plus and Fawri Plus, it happens instantly, and it doesn't go through the regulator. But anything with Fawri, which is beyond 1,000 dinar, it goes through the regulator for, as a check, especially, for the money laundering and what have you. Yeah. Now, the Fawri, it happened twice a day. Okay, which is at 9:30 in the morning and 2:30 in the afternoon. Let's say that if you do any transfer before 9:30, then you will do it 9:30. Anything after 9:30, then it will be done by 2:30. Anything after 2:30 in the afternoon, then it will be deposited in the next day. Okay, because it is linked to the system of the regulator. Now, if you do it on Thursday afternoon, then the money will be transferred on Sunday, because Friday and Saturday. This is only for Fawri I'm referring to.
Yeah.
So it is 150,000 for the Fawri on benefit pay. Other than benefit pay,
pending
it's
your
open.
account has that amount of money.
Sorry?
Pending that your account has that amount of money.
Yeah, but okay.
Amira, if you, Amira, please.
Hello, Osama. Yeah, thank you, Osama. مرحبا. مرحبا أستاذ عبد الواحد، شو أخبارك؟
أهلين أختي أميرة، هلا بيك. أوه ما شاء الله أميرة. أميرة.
أنا قلت أكيد تعرفون بعض، ما أدري من وين بس.
من كده أنا
أميرة بتسألني سؤال تبي تصك عليه أكيد يعني.
لا والله لا، أنا بس حبيت أسلم عليك من زمان.
لا just joking. ترى أمزح.
I just want to say hi and thank you very much for the informative presentation. It's really impressive that you managed to switch everything from a typical local switch, mashallah, to a hub giving all these services. However, you are competing with the acquirers in some of these services. But it is good for the community and the country. But it was actually, it's my question very simple. Al-1000 dinar, 1,000 is really very small. Yeah, especially that you are doing OTP and everything. Why don't you please try to increase the cap a little bit, like 2,000, for example, or whatever? I'm sure you can do this, because I have to do from different accounts. From my one account in this bank, one account at this bank. So people, you are doing it anyway. Yeah. If you can make our life easier, it will be better.
هو thank you very much.
عليك ولا شيء.
لا أبدا، لا أمزح معاك أخت عزيزة، الله يكرمك.
الله يسلمك.
هو يعني there are many requests we received regarding the 1,000 dinar. It's not us, to be honest, Amira. يعني احنا, even myself, I did request that to increase it, okay? And but again, the regulator, they are the one who put that cap. Maybe I'm sure they have their own reasons. يعني I started for 5,000 dinar, 3,000 dinar, no, 2,000 dinar, no. So they kept it for 1,000 dinar. So it's a matter of, by the way, it's a parameter, For us, the moment, and if they tell us change it today, we change it in no time. It's a matter of we just change the parameter. Let's say from 1,000 to 1,000. But we are restricted by لأن احنا regulator, they are the put us what's the cap that we should use. But it is the moment they tell us to put 10,000 dinars, we can do it in 1,000. No issue.
Thank you. I hope you will do it soon. Thank you. Thank you, Osama.
Inshallah.
We have Lulu. Lulu, if you don't mind, if you can ask.
I'm here. Yeah. So I think some of my questions have been answered slightly here and there. But in terms of technology and innovation and the race, I look at platforms such as WeChat Pay that started in 2011, and it's about evaluated at $500 billion currently. It has 900 million users around the world. And obviously you have to have a Chinese account to be able to use WeChat Pay. Now, WeChat didn't only stop there. It has the WeChat chat platform, the store platform, the video calling, the voice calling, and it also has now its own WeChat currency. Yeah. Is there any plan for Benefit Pay to expand in that direction?
Thank you for this question. We in fact, we did explore this, by the way. As I said, obviously, we know a lot about this WeChat, and we also we just established our own call center, okay, where we buy that. We want to use these sort of things, but we thought about it, and you see, but still, I think still time for us to do it. But it is part of our list that we are, thinking about it very seriously. We are looking at it, we're looking at all these examples, Lulu, that, in Singapore, in China. But again, the size matters, the size, I mean, look at China, how big is it? Although I don't believe in the size, but still, I mean, it has some sort of impact. But yes, we are looking at it, in fact. But yet, it's under the study.
Thank you.
Thank
The next question is from Ma'sooma Kadham. She says, when can we pay our credit card bill using benefit pay?
Okay. Now the credit card is available, right? It's available on benefit pay. But in terms of the bills, paying the bills, this is something, again, it depends on the اللي هو يعني I don't want to mention the names of the organizations, but it depends on the different the credit card companies, okay, where they should enable that. In fact, we tried this a number of times that, you know, to make it happen, and even that we discussed this with the regulator, but still, you know, we are trying to make it happen. It is يعني doable, it is simple, but we need a collaboration and خلينا نقول the help of the credit card companies.
Yeah, thank you. Ghassan Fakhro is answering a question from earlier. He says for charities, you have to click on, maybe I'll show them.
Okay. سبقني غسان زين سبقني.
So basically in the, oh, it doesn't focus. So in the upper right, once you want to pay, you click here on the upper right-hand corner. Wait, sorry.
Yeah.
And then you press on charities, and then you'll be able to, I hope that answers your question, Shafkat. I think it was Shafkat, if I'm mistaken.
Yeah, Shafkat, right. Yeah.
Sorry about that. President around such a, oh, okay, that's only thanks. Okay, long question. Benefit is infrastructure company as well as a benefit pay. Use the same infrastructure to open a payment. Maybe it's Sanket, if you can ask the question, if you're still here.
Yes, thank you, Zama.
Yes, yeah, please.
Hello, Mr. Abdulwahid.
Hi, how are you? How are you saying?
Good, good.
Good.
I have had the fortune to work with you on the strategy. So I just asked this question just to understand more of where we are going and what direction we are moving in. Is benefit has two roles. So one is of infrastructure operating the EFTS, and the other is of benefit pay, which is directly to consumers. I wanted to understand just to make sort of it more open to traditional and fintechs to sort of adopt EFTS as an infrastructure and you utilize that for providing additional services in the market. What are your plans? How are you planning to sort of open that up to for other players and participants to use? Because I mean, the cashless agenda that we speak of will need that open ecosystem for everybody to innovate.
Yeah.
So, and that this we've seen in India as well as Singapore, where a lot of new players like Google have entered payments. So, what are our plans in that regards?
Yeah, thank you, Sanket. Thank you for this question. You see, benefit when it started, it was only for banks, you know, adding value for banks, okay? And then slowly and gradually, you know, we started providing services to the other non-banks organizations, okay? And that was the strategy for a number of years until like 3 or 4 years ago, where we started, you know, going to the individuals. Today, as we speak, Sanket, now the horizon of the services that benefit provide, it's open for the banks, non-banks, organizations, government institutions, okay, and non-profitable organizations. So we are moving forward, you know, that's, I always quote our governor, you know, His Excellency, the governor, that, you know, we have, we have the electricity infrastructure, and we have the telecommunication infrastructure, and we have the electronic payment infrastructure. So benefit, it is the electronic payment infrastructure, you know, for Bahrain. So the horizon, we are serving everybody now, thank you. So we are open to anybody who wants to come you know, it's open for any sort, whether individual or merchant or whatever sort of business. And I think this is our mindset now. Okay, this is the mindset of the people here, that we are serving Bahrain. We are adding value to Bahrain. And even now, our mindset is that to go beyond Bahrain in order to show that Bahrain, you know, can export this kind of the service. So if you have any ideas or anything, or any sort of other, you are more than welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, I think one of the points that you mentioned was going beyond Bahrain. I think since we already have real-time payments infrastructure like EFTS, we can already connect to the other countries where that real-time is already there.
Yeah. In fact, as we speak, we have in Bahrain, you know, we are part of the GCC Net committee. We are, you know, this is something that we attend along with the central bank of the GCC central banks, you know, once every quarter. So we are in the payment committee, the GCC payment committee, and we are in the credit reference GCC committee. And we already initiated this, where we said, okay, why we don't use the FTS, you know, at least among the GCC countries. So this is what we have. We have initiated this, but hopefully, you know, I mean, for the GCC, it takes a little bit of a time, but we did, in fact, we started this as initiation.
Excellent. I think one last question, Fadia Mubarak, if you're still there, if you can come on, I'll ask the question anyways. She says, how can we verify the organization's information? I think you covered a little bit on it, but if you want to shed a
You mean the charity? The charity, yeah.
And when you make a payment to a charity, how can you verify that individual charity?
How you verify sorry, I didn't get the
yeah, basically when you go to charity, sorry.
No, it's it.
It is.
When you go to charity and pay that charity, how can you verify that that charity is the information of the charity?
No, Osama, can I ask this question? Do you understand the question that Father? See, the question is Abdulwahid. I sent to XYZ charity, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
How do they know that it's Shafqat Memon who sent it to them? So I want to make sure.
There is a description in the down. I mean, in the bottom of the whatever, whenever you pay or you transfer, okay, you can put. I can put. This is from. Let's say from. Sorry, what is the name again? I mean, you can put
whatever,
your name.
No, whatever name.
Yeah, whatever name. There is a description that you can include that, and even that later on, you know, the moment you know that you can share the transactions, right? You can send it through WhatsApp to that organization.
Fine. Okay.
Excellent. Yeah. Fantastic. Marjan, you want to take over?
Yes. Please tell me.
There is a lot of thanks, but I'll leave it to you to
No, I thanked them already on the chat. Yeah.
Thanks to you, Sarah Abdulwahed. It was a wonderful speech and very informative.
Thank you.
I'll leave it to you.
Absolutely great.
Sorry, Marjan. Any individual, by the way, if anything wants any more information, anything, I'm available. Okay, and you can approach me on one-to-one. Oh, I can see somebody there with Marjan there.
Hi, Zocha.
He couldn't stay away, so he said, I have to be here and hear him.
So, I mean, my mobile and my office number is available with Marjan, that, you know, anybody can, you know, for any information, any sort of elaboration on any sort of a topic, then you are more than welcome.
Thank you, Abdulwahed. You have been really helpful. And as I said at the beginning, you're so humble. It's so nice. Anyone can reach you. He is your friend. I know. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So if you don't mind, I mean, everyone on the chat group has thanked you for this informative, and again, thank you for giving us this time coming and being our speaker online. If you don't mind now, I have just a few announcements that I have to make. The first one is our PP Khalid Mukhtar has asked me to tell you that now we have physically gotten our awards for last year, the awards that we got for membership, youth, PR, and the Merit Award for project services. Then I think, yeah, Mr. Abdulwahed was asking if there's anyone from outside of Bahrain. Actually, we did get somebody has come in. He's a charter president of Rotary Club of Ibadan in Nigeria, and he is really happy to be here and hearing you talk about benefit pay and all that. So he says hi. And then I have to ask everyone to please join us on 23rd of August, where we're having a very unique webinar meeting with our district governor Mazen for the membership month, Rotary Membership Month of August. He will be joined in with the past district governors and the membership chair of the district. So it's going to be very unique. It's going to be like a panel discussion all about membership. So you all have to be online to witness this. And then last but not least, I think I want Sanket, he wanted to announce something. So I leave it to him to announce it. Sanket, are you there? Are you still there?
I'm there.
Can you tell everyone?
Absolutely. President Majan, thank you so much.
Thank you. By the way, he is the president of Rotaract, our youngsters in Bahrain. So go ahead, Sanket.
Thank you so much. So I think just wanted to announce that, understanding the difficulty that people in Lebanon are facing, Rotaractors at the district level, we took this opportunity to make it simpler for making the payments and contributions to all our other Rotaract members who are working on ground day in, day out in Lebanon, to assist all those whose lives have been disrupted severely. So we have come up with a crowdfunding project, and more information I can share with you if you are interested in contributions. But we are planning to raise around 50,000 euros that will directly go to any basic necessities that disrupted the people who are affected because of this particular event that happened on 4th August. We will try our level best to bring the life back to normality in Beirut, and I'm co-leading the project with several other international Rotaract team members. So please, it would be great if you are interested in making any contribution or any amount. Please do feel free to reach out to me. I can actually circulate it to the presidents. It's already there with all the presidents, but I'd be happy to circulate it myself as well.
Thank you, Sanket. Thank you. You're always there. Our youngsters are an amazing team, and they're there always supporting the local community and international community. Thank you for all your support and all your efforts, Sanket. Well done. Well done. Thank you. So I'll close it with that, Osama. You can open up anyone who wants to say bye and thank you online, and we'll call it a day. I think we took a lot of your time, Abdulwahed, and thank you again.
So much of your time. Please, everybody, unmute yourselves and feel free to say bye. Wave your hands.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. It was great.